Another simple dish, suitable with a lot of meals, including a roast dinner, and this is, can anybody guess? Well, it is parsnips and carrots, obviously, but we're going to do a simple maple and honey roasted carrot. My recipe will differ slightly to everybody else's, again, and you know what, you probably can hear me say this, but purely because of the son's dairy allergy. I've lost my peeler. Where's my peeler? Bit of a distraction there. But yes, maple and roasted carrots and parsnips. It's all very easy. Now, obviously I can't use butter. I would heavily recommend butter for this. But what I'm doing is going to be a suitable alternative. So I'm also going to trim the ends first off the carrots. That's nice and easy. Poor quality again. I mean, Asda. I don't know if everybody shops at Asda here. If you're in the UK, I think Walmart is the next best equivalent. In, you know, actually Walmart used to own Asda. However, yeah, these are the carrots. So we're gonna just trim them, and we're obviously going to grate them very quickly, which is a nice, easy task. We've got a proper proper peeler. And my parents, for some reason, used to peel with a knife. In fact, carrots, they didn't used to peel. I know many people that don't do that. They just wash them, put them in as they are. I think they have that kind of bitterness to them if you do that. You can always check where a carrot hasn't been peeled. So there you go. Now, as I've said in previous videos, you know your carrot's a good one, okay, if it's been nibbled at. Because if they haven't been nibbled at, then that means even insects aren't interested, or birds. So what's that tell you about the quality? Saying that, these don't look that good quality, but they'll do. So because you can see a little bit of eating away there, because these are cook in a different length of time, we can't really cook them together. So now that's done, I don't want to do this. I'm just gonna, and it's gonna look rubbish, but we're just gonna strip them like that, maybe. That's fine. All very easy, this. All too easy, in fact. Too easy. And again, 200 degrees oven, okay, for about, oh, I don't know. Carrots take a little bit longer, so these will take maybe 30 to 40 minutes. I'm going to ignore the fact that I've not peeled that one effectively, but I'll do. So, while I'm doing this, I tend to go for 4 different veggies on a roast dinner. What about you guys? What's your favourite veg? I tend to go for the same ones. I'd like some ideas. Give me some opinions. What do you like to see on dinner? I know I have tried leeks in the past, but I'm going to have leeks tomorrow, assuming I can get hold of them. So there are the carrots now. Again, yeah, no olive oil. We're at my local store. And not a lot of anything really. So what I'm going to do, I can't use butter as I've said, so I'm going to use a little bit of vegetable oil, not too much, okay. What I'm doing, this will help them cook, but I'm also going to add a little bit of water. Now the reason I'm going to add a bit of water, this is about 3 or 4 tablespoons of that. I nearly sent my camera flying then. So yeah. The reason that I'm putting a bit of water in there, or will be putting a bit of water in there, is to stop the caramel. So you'll get, because this is high sugar, so we've got a maple dressing. It's more of a maple dressing than it is a actual maple syrup. Maple syrup is very expensive in the UK. So there's my maple. I've got some honey. I've got a little drizzle of honey. So yeah, the water helps avoiding the honey and the maple syrup burning against the pan. I'm just going to put a drop in there, only a couple of teaspoons, and then I'm going to get messy. get messy. We're just going to get our hands in there. There you go. Make sure they're fully coated. Now these will go in for about 40 minutes. I'm going to turn them every 10 minutes or so. Well, no, not 10 minutes. But every 20 minutes or so, I'm going to turn them until they are soft, but with a little bit of a crunch. Okay, there we go. And again, we're now on to our parsnips, and I've lost a tray just as I press play or record. I've lost lovely chaos. Oh no. So there's my next roasting trim. So same with parsnips. Okay, these do not take a lot of time at all. Usually around 15 minutes, depending on the size of it. 15 minutes is usually be a magic number for me. So again, I'm just going to trim the edges. I say trim, I've just taken about half its life off there. Just trim the edges nice and neatly. I say neatly, it's cack-handed, but we get the idea. And then again, we're going to peel these just to get rid of the dirt, etc. I always find parsnips very difficult to peel. I almost feel like I'm patronising my viewers by telling them how to cook veg, how to cook a roast dinner, etc. But like I say, despite my moniker, I'm not a chef. This is all self-taught over years, and well, over the last 5 years mainly. I started to cook scratch. I was in that level where I thought I could cook, and by I thought I could cook, it's I was able to fry meat and put a sauce from a jar with it. But yeah, as soon as our daughter was born and it was time to wean, we didn't. The irony is she still does, but we didn't want a child that was just living off beige and nuggets. Obviously she does have those, but we do. I'd like to think she eats well. She does have everything made from scratch, and she always has the choice of eating what we eat. And as she's got older, even though she's got sensory issues, particularly texture, her palate has widened, and fortunately she can eat quite a bit of what I now make. But yeah, so 5 years of self-taught, watching YouTube, reading books, and you know what? I'm still not perfect. I'm far from perfect. I make mistakes, but this is the purpose of the channel. It wasn't to show off. It was to, I want to say educate without patronising, and show people that it is worth time and effort in some cases. I mean, there are some meals like this that I spend several hours cooking in some cases. But sometimes I get a little bit of pride. I don't know if you're the same, but I get a lot of pride in watching a dish come to life. I also get a lot of pride in watching a dish fail, learning from it, and improving it. And it is always great. I find it cathartic to be in the kitchen, particularly on a day like this when most are out and I'm just left home alone. To me devices so I can tune out the noise. And these are rather tough today. That's it. So just like the carrots, we are a couple of tablespoons of oil in there. Maybe 3. A little bit of water. Plenty of maple syrup. Now I don't add salt really. I didn't add salt to the carrots. I suppose I should have done. But what I'm going to do, I'll add a little bit of salt to this and go back and add salt to the carrots. So if you go, you didn't season your carrots. Well I did, I just didn't do it on camera. So there you go, a little bit of salt. Okay, and again, let's get messy, let's get in there, give them all a thorough coating. Did I put water in there? Yeah, I think. Yes I did, yes I did. So again, that goes in a 200 degrees oven until soft, but not overly soft. You know, it's got a little bit of give to it. And there we go with that when those are cooked. So this is a little bit bigger than I'd like to use, only because I've used the other day. So there you go, there's a block of lard, but I am going to take some of that off. And the reason I'm going to take some of that off is I'm going to use it elsewhere. So that'll do, that's how much I need. So I'm going to put that in an oven. It's piping hot, and I'm going to pour it on the potatoes. Come back in a while. So here we go. We have got, after a while, okay, so mine will have killed by now, deliberately so, because I'm cooking them kind of early to be slightly reheated, so I'll probably reheat them in the... So we did run out of battery there, but oh well. So here we go, we've got the carrots, which I unfortunately let cool too quickly, and they're now sticking to the pan. But there we go, there's our roasted carrots in maple and honey. And in a second, here we've got these out of the pan. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Beautiful. There's our honey roasted maple, maple and honey roasted carrots, and joining them in the bowl are delicious, piping hot because they've just come out of the oven. Very hot. I'm touching my pan. Very stupid thing to do. Oh well. So there you go. A beautiful side again. Something that can go with lots of dinners, not just roast, but obviously roasted are best, or roast dinners are the best, should I say, not just roasted. Come out of here, you annoying piece. Sorry, you listen to me chunner away. I am currently fighting with pans and parsnips, because despite water they still do stick. And there you go, a delicious side, perfect for any meal. We have honey and maple roasted carrots and parsnips. Delicious. As usual, don't forget, wherever or whenever you are viewing this video, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe. Click links to the right to see some more of my beautiful, delicious recipes. Give that notification bell a ring to be informed of future content. And last but not least, comment below what's on your plates.